I'm burnt. My armpits hurt from down the sun. I'm on like my last pack of baby wipes too. It's like people expect you to stay in a situation where you're going to be harmed just for money. It's crazy to me. I've had so many people, y'all, I've had so many people jealous of a horrible situation. It's crazy. It's like, why would you want me to stay with somebody who's going to psychologically torture me? Oh, because you put up with that behavior and you think that's normal. Stay away from people that want you to go through a horrible situation. Or my favorite is when they expect you to tolerate something, but they themselves would never tolerate it or stand for it. You ever met somebody like that? They're like, oh, get over it, it's not that big of a situation. But if they were in your shoes, they would lose their minds. They'd lose it. You know what I mean? Ain't that crazy? Yeah. Stop listening to people that want you to be in a horrible situation. That's not your friend. Anyone that would give you advice to stay in a toxic, abusive situation is not your friend. They're trying to set you up for failure by giving you bad advice, hoping that you'll take it. And they're probably in competition with you and you don't even realize it. That ain't your friend. Y'all, I gotta put gas in the car. I ain't even been nowhere today, but somehow I'm out of gas, so. I've got $40 that came out of that paycheck when that guy paid me at the bar. Got in there. That's part of the reason I haven't eaten today, is because I thought that I might need it for gas. I have zero income now. I can't do nothing about it. I can't. I have to be in a stable mental capacity. I can't be out here having people pull my strings like a puppet trying to upset me. That is exactly the type of scenario that I'm trying to escape from, that I've been trying to escape from for 20 years. All I want to do is work. All I want to do is work. I had a job. So yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. All I know is that I'm about to run out of gas. Come tomorrow, I won't have, I'm fucked. What I was going through this time last year is now taking place this year. Streets without my truck, that's what it's looking like, if I'm being honest. So I don't know why God is testing me this way, because he knows my heart. He knows that what I'm trying to do. He knows who I am, and I know his word. And if he wants me to continue on this path, I don't know why. And that's not God trying me. That's the devil. That's the devil that runs this fucking world. That is not God. I am so wrong. That is the devil. You know, and I truly think, what the fuck was that? Anyways, I truly think that the more reaction you give to the devil after he's done playing with your life, I really think the worse these things get. The best thing you can do when you know the devil is he's in control of a situation, the best thing that you can do is distance yourself from that person that is doing evil towards you. Anyone that lies to you, anyone that disrespects you, anyone that, gaslights you, that is not a healthy individual. Those are not healthy actions. That's why everybody around here is sick. That's why everybody's acting crazy. Because people are tolerating behavior that God would not want you tolerating. God wants you to love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself. Putting up with people that want to harm you for some money, you're not walking in the light of the Lord, honey. You're walking with Satan. You're choosing to allow someone to disrespect you, violate you, spit in your face, and then give you some money. That's Satan's handiwork. That's Satan's playground. That's not walking in the light of the Lord. And I've said since day one, I'll die on this fucking hill. I would rather starve than sell my soul. So here we go again for round 2. You know what I mean? This is round 2. At least this time I picked up on the manipulation. I picked up on the gaslighting and I walked away. And here's the thing. I made 2 major mistakes. I accepted his excuses even when I knew he was gaslighting me. So we don't never do that. When you know that you are talking to somebody and a scenario or a situation happens, and you know you saw and that situation played out exactly like you remember, but this partner, this new person you're talking to, says it didn't go down like that, you're tripping, you didn't see what you thought you saw, you're making something out of nothing, and you know that your eyes saw what you saw, your ears heard what you heard, verbatim. If you accept this person's excuses and believe their lies, you're accepting that toxicity into your life, and it's only going to get worse. You cannot accept the gaslighting the first time the gaslighting happens. You got to walk away from that person and be done completely. You're dealing with somebody who is a master manipulator. And I gave a scenario. Y'all remember I gave a scenario about how maybe you're in the bathroom and you come out and your man is at the bar. You run off to the bathroom, you come out and you see him slipping a phone number to some random girl. And you saw that it was a phone number written on that napkin. And he's trying to say that it was just a plain napkin, that your eyes are misleading you, that you didn't see what you thought you saw. If you accept that, then you're willingly participating in this bullshit now because you know what you saw. Just like I know what I go through every day out here dealing with stalkers and perverts pulling up trying to creep through my windows because I live out of my car. You know what I mean? So that was my first mistake, is to allow the excuses when I know I knew what I knew. You can't do that. That's how the narcissist feeds, okay? He feeds off the gaslighting. He feeds off of your confusion. And women too. Female narcissists are even fucking crazier in my opinion. Female narcissists have a way to emotionally be crazy, okay? But that's where they get their power from, is manipulating you through the gaslighting, making you believe in their lies. And that drives a person insane. It drives a person insane. So you can't accept the excuses. And once you exile this person, under no circumstances, not even if they send you $500 to go work clothes shopping, under no circumstances do you invite this person back into your life, because that was my other mistake. The day that I lost my debit card, I'm like, I'm going through it. It's been a horrible day. I don't know what to do. And I should have never done that, because I already knew who he was. I believed him when he showed me, you know? See, financial abuse comes in many, many fucking forms. It's really crazy that people do not talk about this stuff. It's absurd that basic psychology has not been taught more in school. We used to. They took it out of the curriculum, you know, because they don't want people to get educated and know their fucking rights. Why would we want them to do that? Why? We need them to be molded into sheep. We need them to be molded into little teacups that are quiet and punctual and workhorses, working little teacups, okay? You know? That's why our books, I mean, just all of the curriculum has disappeared from society. And in my opinion, it's all by design. It's all by design, in my opinion. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. This guy's on a bike. Get it, buddy? Yeah, no problem. You look great. Beautiful beard. He's a ginger like me, out for his evening stroll, trying to burn them calories. Go, go, go. We should have damn rolled the windows down and cheered him on. He was getting it. No hands on the handlebars. He was just damn biking that thing like Grandpa sitting in his in his living room. You know how everybody's grandpa used to have them half bicycles with the feet? They just sit there and roll. It was like half a bicycle. It wasn't even a full bicycle. My mama had one. This is crazy. So when they called me into the bar the other day to fire me, when I put makeup on to go get fired, he gave me my pay. And so all of that has went to gas. That's why I haven't eaten today. It was because I had $40 left over from my work paycheck. So as I said, when I texted that guy and I was like, today has been horrible, da 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 da, He said some stuff alluding to the fact that he was the one that called and had me fired from work. I can't prove it, but regardless, I know that he was mad that I ignored him, and he simply sent me money. Listen to this shit. He sent me money to try to weasel his way back into my life. This is what financial narcissists do. This is a pattern. This has been studied for 60 years, you guys. Why you've never heard of it? Why I've never... Listen, I don't know. I don't know, man. Hold on. I'll tell you if you're... Yo. Oh no, where's my phone? Yo. Hold on. This is what happens when I stop eating and I haven't been drinking water. My brain starts to shut down, dude. And then I got ADHD too, and all of these, I mean, it's hot as fuck. It's 100 degrees in here. All of these external factors, I mean, your body just starts to fucking deteriorate. It starts with your mental health. It's not good. And then that makes more bad shit happen because you're delirious from the fucking heat and you're not eating and you're under extreme stress, okay? There's a doctor that I follow. She's a lovely lady. If you're curious about this, it's a whole thing. Her name is Dr. Romney. She has page after page after page talking about financial abuse. I just don't know why this isn't talked about more. This is where some of my abuse has come from. Like in recent years, in past relationships. You know, I go into the relationship looking for love, and I get this surface level reaction, and I used to fall for it like hook, line, and sinker. And like, they completely strip you of your identity. You can't have friends. You don't work. You're not allowed to work. They need to support you. This guy was not trying to help me. He was trying to manipulate me into moving in with him in a whole nother state, you guys. Listen to what I'm telling you. They don't want you to work. They don't want you to have a career. He probably didn't even like me having a YouTube. It probably made him feel some type of way because he said things like, oh, don't go on there showing your body. First of all, we are not even dating. Second of all, y'all, this is what I mean when I've said in the past that you don't need everybody's help. People are going to come into your life under the guise of trying to help you, and what they're really trying to do is manipulate you into a scenario where you have no way out. You're like a mouse in a trap. And matter of fact, there's a name of this. You should go really look into Dr. Romney. She's amazing. She has so many episodes on narcissism and financial abuse through narcissists using money to manipulate victims. I understand some of y'all might see this as this guy gave me money and he, paid my truck payment. He's trying to help me. And yes, he did help me. And I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, I was getting re-victimized psychologically because of the pressure, because I could tell he wanted a relationship and he was not listening to me. I cannot date anybody because I don't have stability in my life. And I am re-traumatized almost on a weekly fucking basis, having to live out of a car. Not to mention the harsh conditions, the lack of money, the stress, the fact that I'm in school, the fact that I just got fired from the first job I've been able to find in 2 years. If someone wanted to help me, they wouldn't have added to my stress and made life harder and then come to my channel and talk shit to my followers. It was super messed up for him. And second of all, not only was it messed up for him to come and talk crap while I'm on live, but it's even more messed up that he had created so many accounts and created so much doubt in my mind that I was genuinely confused. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? It was weird, and at the same time, I have another lady texting me also who would randomly send me money and then had a lot of weird channel things go on too. She had multiple fake accounts. Listen, I can't make sense of it. I made 2 mistakes. I should have Never accepted his first excuse. And that was really, remember, I quit that. That was what made me block him, is that he tried to gaslight me. And I was like, this is crazy. Why do men with money try to come into my atmosphere trying to brainwash me and control me? You know? Well, they know I'm the perfect victim. That's why. Narcissists go after empaths, and also girls that are in my situation have men that come out of the woodworks wanting to use them and do all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, I went into that endeavor looking for a shoulder to cry on. I needed somebody to kind of be the reason, you know, like the reasoning in me. Like, I go through so fucking much out here, and it is hard to keep it together when you have all of society acting a fucking fool all day long. And so I really needed somebody to be the voice of reason, maybe encourage me, maybe guide me in a better direction. No. I got told, he said one time, quote, "I wonder if I'd want to help you if you weren't pretty." Isn't that romantic? Somebody that's looking for a girl to move to Texas to be with him. Isn't that so fucking romantic? It gave Charles and Diana when they had the interview in the 80s, and the reporter says, "Oh, this is what it feels like to be in love," and Charles is like, "Whatever love is." Like, you know what I mean? Like, wild. Yeah, you can't tolerate that kind of talking. And there was so many times before, you know, and it's like, I look back now and I'm like, why do narcissists, why are they so drawn to me? You know why? I think it's because I'm so strong and independent. They want to destroy that. They like to destroy that. They do. It's a game to them. Narcissists love to take a strong, independent person and break them down to fucking nothing. That's their favorite event. That's what a narcissist is. That's how they get their feed. You know what I mean? They're fucking energy vampires. They're life controllers. They're energy vampires and life vampires. They love to meet a strong, independent person, alienate them from their family, isolate them from their career, and have them solely financially reliant upon them and watch them crumble. They love it. That's what they do. They destroy people. They get what they want from them, and then they're done with them. You know what I mean? It's sick. It's absolutely sick. I want girls to know that,
I'm not sure I understand.
that if you come from the same upbringing that I did, foster care, and you've been through the Department of Corrections and you don't have anyone, there's going to be men that are coming out of the woodworks trying to get their claws in you, to have access to you, to exploit you further. The prison system is full of like pen pals and old men showing up to meet young girls and shit, because the girls don't have anybody to send them money. So they link up with these old men and become pen pals. And a lot of those girls, when they go to leave prison, they don't have anywhere to go. So they end up with some pervert. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's absolutely so scary. Oh, troll. Sorry, I'm glad you said something negative so I could block you, because you've been talking shit for a while. Listen, I know these other creators, they put up with that shit. You're not going to talk to me like that. Plain and simple. It's not my fault you don't respect yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't be disrespecting me. So the gas is $2.95. Let's go in here and get what I got. It gets so annoying. Pump is at 6. I'm so stressed out, y'all. Oh, Lord, music. It's ridiculous. What are you talking about? Dude, see, people are not listening. It's so annoying, y'all. It's so annoying. First they call me a prostitute, and then they bash me for not having a job. Don't you think if I was a prostitute, I wouldn't be struggling with money? Do you not see me? Like, I don't get it. Make up your fucking minds. 1 minute I'm too old to be a prostitute, then I'm not, and then the amount of lies that I've heard about myself is unbelievable. It gets to the point that, I mean, it's actually laughable because they're so stupid. They don't even know how to do basic math or open their ears. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm sitting here talking about how I won't let some guy that was trying to court me disrespect me, and they're asking for an OnlyFans link. This world has got these motherfuckers' brains so rotted, y'all. They think all of us come with an OnlyFans now. So many bitches is out here selling their souls that they think all of us are the same because I'm wearing a bikini top when it's 100 degrees outside. Listen to what I'm telling you. Get on board, listen, pay attention. You know what I mean? God. I'm on the coast, homie, at the beach. In a tennis skirt and a bikini top because I'm literally melting because I'm living out of a fucking car and I can't even fucking afford gas or food. And they're over here just asking about an OnlyFans. Motherfucker, are you that dumb? You used to dumb bitches. Bitches that would live out a car and have an OnlyFans. That's the kind of girls you used to. The girls that are dumb enough to have an OnlyFans and still be living out of a car because they're not smart enough to figure out how to make money. I got you. 10-4. Yeah, I have reason to believe that these two people were actually the same person. I think this girl that I was texting was actually the guy as well. I know, I feel crazy even telling y'all that. I didn't even want to say that, but listen, it was weird. It was weird. Who would go through the trouble of having two different phone lines to act like a... And you know, it's crazy because he used to ask about her and she used to ask about him. It's almost like he was trying to figure out what I was saying about him, so he created a whole fake account and freaking acted like a whole nother person. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Weird. Listen, all I know is people see this and the worst in society comes after me time and time again. They have my whole fucking life. My whole fucking life. Yeah. And you know, it's weird because as soon as I blocked him and deleted his stuff, she disappeared as well. Ain't that weird? And you know what they had in common? They both had multiple accounts. Weird. Don't make sense, y'all. So, okay, thank you, Veronica. Thank you. Because people want to, you know, gaslight me and say I'm crazy. No, it's not. And I'm not the problem. If you would accept that level of like disrespect and colluded muddy water, why would you even have friends? Just have an enemy. Like, when we are talking about friends and courting someone, the bare minimum is loyalty, respect, and honesty. If they are playing a game behind your back, that's like betrayal, the lowest level of betrayal. And it felt like that all the time. I told you guys the first time I blocked him. I only blocked him twice and I'm done. I told you. Like, and I never met this person, you guys. I never met this person. This person brought me 3 months of fucking drama. Like, I never met this person. So, he would have all these fake accounts. He would go missing. I mean, it was weird. It was weird. And people say, oh, well, you know, you got trust issues. Yeah, this is why. If a story doesn't make sense, it's more than likely not true. Was he married? Potentially. I don't know. I don't know about that either, because towards the end, it seemed like he was trying to get me to come meet him, you know? Like, he would hint around things like me visiting Texas. Absolutely not. You have a whole new identity every day. I don't even know who I'd be showing up to meet. Like, what's wrong with you? No. I've never, no. And that's what I'm saying. It's like he would use money to try to lure me in a little more and a little closer. And it's a process. There's actually a whole name for it. It's called debt bondage. Yeah, that's something new. Debt bondage. Narcissists use it. They use money to control and bond the victim. They re-traumatize the victim to bond to the victim. Ain't that crazy? You know, I could have been saved so much freaking heartache when I was 16 years old if I had some baseline of how I was supposed to be treated. If somebody would have set me down and said, listen, this is how you carry yourself as a woman. This is how you let people talk to you as a woman. This is how they ain't supposed to talk to you. I never got that lesson. And so when I become on the streets at 16, that's when all the hell began. And it mainly starts with the exploitation of me. And, you know, it's crazy that this shit isn't taught. Do rich people talk about this stuff? Why don't they have these problems? I mean, they do, but not in the capacity that the poorer communities have these problems. You know, when's the last time you met a prostitute that was raised by two loving parents that sent her to Harvard and then she chose to become a prostitute? I'll wait. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that prostitutes or porn stars that got educated don't exist. I'm just saying it's rare. Most of these girls that work in sex work come from impoverished upbringings, low education, and low resources. These women have been exploited for generation after generation. It's no surprise, you know. I wish somebody would have taught me how I was supposed to respect myself. It's sad that it took me to get till 32. That's around the time that I started. I would say it was about the time that I got clean. So I was either 30 or I was about 32. My whole outlook on life changed completely. I'm just glad that I turned it around. Yeah, narcissist, like, it's like, well, you know why, Veronica? Because it stigmatizes them, and then they don't have a place in society. You know, it's like if they talked about it and they said, oh, this is a problem, this type of personality disorder is a huge problem, then it would be like stigma and people would feel guilty. You know, like pedophiles, like they tried to not call pedophiles when they're perverts. It's like, wait a second, the whole reason is to act stigma. Like, bring back shame. Like, it's disturbing. It's disturbing how people are conditioned on a daily basis through the phones. I don't know where I'm going to get food. I wonder if I eat McDonald's, if it'll make me feel bad. Maybe I'll do Taco Bell. I don't know. I need water. That's what I need. I need a case of water. I have no water. I have this and one other bottle. I don't know what to do. I'm not getting re-victimized over and over. You know, I'm at a point in my life where I realize now that I've allowed these things to happen at some extent. Maybe when I was 16, no, I had no control over that situation. But now I'm grown, so if I have to starve to walk in the Lord's light, I will. So I don't know what's going to happen, but, you know, to get fired and then, you know, to have this person behind the scenes playing a game with money, it's crazy. I'm just, you know, the first time I blocked him, he tried to send me money and I sent it back. And then he tried to send me money and I sent it back. And it's just crazy. And then when I got my job, he sent me money for work clothes. And then the day I got fired, I actually told him, like, I'm going over here and I think I'm getting fired. I'm pissed. I said, people from YouTube have been calling and complaining on me, you know? And it's so crazy. Because he, like, gaslit me, you know, some more. He's like, like, denying that this was a possibility. It's like, you know, at some point, is it like, are you saying this to try to make me feel better? Or, you know, I don't think so. I think that he was just ignorant to the fact. I think that he still is ignorant to the fact, and I don't think that his intention was to help me at all. I think it was absolutely to try some funny shit, you know? I know that. That's what happened. I know that because that's what happened. So, yeah, I blocked him. I was like, this is a bad idea. I should have never vented to you. It's kind of sad when you don't have anybody to vent to, because everybody you try to get close to tries to fuck you over. I mean, I've had people film me and post it. I've had people give out personal information. I've had literally everything that I can think of. I've had medication stole. I've been locked out of my own home and property. I had my life savings stole. I've literally been through fucking everything when it comes to trusting other humans. And because I have no family, these things are going to happen to me more. Because everybody knows that I have no resources to fucking do anything about it. That's the reality of being so goddamn poor, is that everybody wants to take their fucking turn with you, knowing good and well that you can't do anything about it because you're so fucking poor. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It sucks. So yeah, I shouldn't have been venting to that person, because they weren't my friend any fucking ways. They were trying to manipulate me, con me into some fucking relationship. It's crazy. You know, the incapability to talk is huge. That is a huge red flag, ladies. If you're men too, if you try to get to talk to some woman and you're trying to get to know her and she ain't speaking nothing but fucking nonsense, all she cares about is her fake eyelashes and her next BBL, you ass getting the damn deal with drama. Y'all, I'm scared. I need to eat so bad and I don't know what to fucking get. Here we go. Another fucking spiral. This is what it was like last year. I went days without eating last year. And this person knows that. That's what I'm saying. That's why they try to harm you. They're like, oh, let me show you what kind of good life you could have. And then they fucking snatch the rug trying to harm you. It's crazy. I can play those games with a lot of weirdos off the internet if I wanted to. If I wanted that, I would still be with my ex in $1 million house, getting an allowance. I had the life that some whores would dream of. Yeah. And I walked away from it to have peace and serenity and to heal and to help others more than anything. And that is my main objective, and it always has been. Always. Since I started this channel, I've been an advocate for the underdog. I'm going to continue to be. And teaching young women how to respect themselves and what they should and should not allow is the best way to start. And also teaching, deprogramming these freaking men. You can't find a girlfriend because you're in love with your cell phone, okay? Get out the bathroom and put the cell phone down and go interact with people. That porn's got their brains turned into scrambled eggs with jalapenos. A little perverted and spicy and weird all at the same time. Scrambled eggs with jalapenos. That's not the real PB&J. See what I'm saying? Another fake account. And see, this is what I'm saying. I'm not feeding into this, so please ignore that. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So please understand what I'm saying. Please understand what I'm saying. I'm a victim of PTSD, CPTSD, and here is someone trying to stir the pot and start drama, and it's crazy. People are trying to get famous off my name. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. I know, I've been praying for Canada. I know, y'all got damn Mark Carney in there. I think it's a little worse up there than it is here. I know. And we talk about Canada all the time on this channel. They could have went so right and so the opposite direction, but we dodged a bullet this close. We dodged a bullet this close, you know? If Kamala would have gotten office, we'd be right there with Canada. It'd probably even be worse, you know? It'd probably even be worse. You see what I'm talking about? Now imagine going through that same kind of instance a dozen times in like 3 months. It's so weird. So weird. There was so much mistrust. I never got clear answers. I didn't know anything about this person. I would try to get to know them. They wouldn't allow me to know them. It was so weird. Sometimes they would sound like an adult man, and then other times they would sound like some kid that was texting. It almost always felt like I was texting multiple people at the same time, you know? Very weird. Very, very weird. Could you not understand how that would create complete distrust? If you're trying to get to know somebody, wouldn't you want to be open and honest so that they feel comfortable around you, especially if you know that they're already a victim of CPTSD from the same type of situation? It's crazy. Maybe. You know, it's weird because he sent me a picture, but then he sent me a different picture. And it was just, you know, it's crazy because this person will probably go and talk shit about me and say this and that. And it's like, listen, if you're trying to be a friend to somebody and you want to help somebody and you know that they're homeless or under extreme stress, what you don't do is stress them out even more. You don't add drama and stress to their life, you know? You don't do that. If you're a friend to somebody, you don't stress them out even further. That makes you a horrible person, and you're going to burn in hell for that. You know what I mean? Good people don't go around trying to hurt people. Only people who hate themselves behave that way. They strike when a woman is in a vulnerable situation. Thank you, Janice. Yes, and this is what I was trying to script. This is exactly how my trafficker got his paws in me. I was in my exact situation at their house. And then the sexual abuse started after they bought me a car. And then the drugs started. And then the unlimited access to money started. And the needles. And for 20 years. I'm about to move again. I'm sorry. That's another thing. He wasn't willing to help me with school. He wants to help me so much. Well, what I need to do is finish my education. I'm already halfway done. Why am I sitting around doing nothing when I could be investing some of my time into classwork? Every time I would bring up school. Yeah, I got all these text messages, by the way. I'll never share them because I'm not petty like that. But I have every right to talk about what position this person was trying to put me in. I have every right to talk about what position this person was trying to put me in. Because it looks one way to the outside world, and he knows you were going to say that. He knows he's going to say, oh, I was trying to help her. That's how it looks. See, and that's the modern misconception that people need to understand. Not everything that looks like gold is gold. People are self-motivated. Men, specifically, are highly motivated by sex. Highly, okay? But anytime I would talk about school, he wouldn't, it was like he didn't want me to go to school. Anything like Starlink that I need for my truck to help my channel so I don't have technical issues, wasn't willing to do that. The name I block channels that say hi is because they're fake channels, y'all. Especially somebody asking my location. How dare you? Never ask a woman's location or a man's. You have no right to ask where anyone is. That is disrespectful, and you need to be on a watch list. Anyone doing that will be blocked. Why am I the bad guy? Because I respect myself? Because I teach others to respect themselves? It's crazy. It really is. And people will make you out to be the bad guy because you're nothing like them. They really will. They'll be mad as hell. It's crazy. Crazy. I gave you opportunity after opportunity to be on my side, to be my friend, to get to know me. And this person doesn't know anything about me. And I don't know anything about them. You know? Nothing. Nothing. And word of advice to guys and women. If you are talking to somebody you're interested in and it's your first phone conversation, don't be talking about your ex. That is so weird. Why do people do that? It's like, that is a sign of a still interested person. Any person that's saying that to a new love interest, they're talking about their ex, especially in a poor manner. They're like bashing her or bashing him and putting them down. That is a huge red flag. Huge red flag. You're not dealing with a mature adult. Mature adults would never. You need to get away from that person. It's not a good love interest. You know, trust is earned. Exactly. 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 Somebody like that. No, it really is. For me, are narcissists, and that's the truth. They look at the situation and they think that if they throw enough money at me, that I'll spread my legs. And time again, they are disappointed because they're never listening to what's coming out of my mouth. They're trying to look up my fucking skirt. Yeah, a lot of women that are in vulnerable positions like me, yeah, they go through the same shit. There's always going to be some pervert out here trying to fucking make you prostitute for a fucking Big Mac. It's crazy. So crazy. You know what I mean? Same shit, different day. I'm waiting for the damn sun to go down so that I can go shower at the gym. I guess I can pack a gym bag. I definitely can't eat stressed about this. I didn't even fill up my gas tank. Of course not. Oh well, I can't do nothing about it. I can't allow myself to be psychologically tortured and re-victimized and throw me completely off course. That could lead to me harming someone. That could lead to me using drugs. That could lead to me relapsing on alcohol. That could lead to me relapsing on all kinds of things. I'm expressing this in my moment of like distress because I want people to know psychologically the impact of this type of behavior towards a person that's already been re-victimized in the very way that this person was trying to do it again. It's like, if you allow yourself to go down that road where you're allowing people to have access to you for money, it's going to deteriorate your soul to the point that you start self-destructing. You start self-destructing. Looks like I have some clothes in here. That's not even clean. That's not even clean. They sent my employer all kinds of stuff, said that I was on drugs. You know, if it makes people feel better to think that way, then I hope you feel better believing in a lie. But I haven't ate all day. I slept good last night, but the heat is exhausting. It takes it out of you. Do you think that one person ever thinks about the conditions and how it makes you feel and how hard it is to live out here in the elements all day long? No, they would just rather say, do you think that they think most people don't even realize the psychological impact of how diet plays a huge part in mental health? People are liars and deniers, and they don't want to recognize that food and water is a necessary part of mental stability. The lack thereof creates so much uncertainty in a person's life, specifically a homeless person that's already out here in these elements. Thank you so much, AK Smitty. Thank you. You know, people, I literally last year was so broke, I couldn't even afford to buy gas. It was so freaking hot. I had no food. I was going days without showering and eating because I didn't have the money to shower and eat because I can't find freaking work. All I did all day long was go to job interview after job interview, took you guys along with me, and they said I didn't want to work. Then I find a job and they call my job and get me fired. What sense does that make? When I say people are trying to use and abuse me and destroy me and then shit like that happens, how am I the liar? when they literally called and got me fired over lies, saying I was on drugs, making up all these stories. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. My life has been destroyed enough. When the government stole my kid, any of that to start with, and then to be penalized and be in this situation where I don't even have food and water, and I don't even know how I'm gonna make my truck payment this month or pay anything. I'm gonna lose my storage. I'm gonna lose everything. And I'm in school right now. I just got fucking started. And everything's imploding. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care. I can't do nothing about it. I just want to remember all of it. I want to remember how hard I focused on staying clean, how I stayed away from everybody because I didn't want to jeopardize my freedom. I will never forget this. I will never, ever forget how evil this world really is. I've seen it. I've had a full fucking stage performance in 2 years of how evil society is. And I now recognize that my situation is not my fault. It's the foster care's fault. It's my parents' fault. It's the government's fault. It's the juvenile justice system's fault. All of those places I was molested in, by the way. Physically beat, sexually molested, psychologically tortured my entire life. It's a miracle that God has even blessed me with faith and awareness. Because I should be one of the most dangerous fucking criminals to ever walk planet Earth. Female-wise, because of the psychological torture that society has implemented on me from a fucking child. And when I first moved into this car, I really thought this was my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault at all. I try harder than any person I've ever met in my life. And I've never done the things to people that they've done to me. Ever. Ever. I don't care that I stabbed 2 girls. I mean, I care. But that was not me. And we've talked about this. This is why I talk about Xanax, how it's all put me in horrible situations, molest me when I was asleep. Yeah. You've got to distance yourself from the evils in society, because those people will lead you down a road of absolute torture. They will hand you the gasoline and the matches, and they will let you set fire to your own fucking life, and then they'll sit back and blame you for it when they should have been guiding you in the right direction to start with and not victimizing you. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, that was absolutely so fucked up for my family to give me that. Why would you give, if I'm drinking alcohol and you take Xanax on the regular, so you know the effects of Xanax. If I'm drinking alcohol, why would you give me 5, 6 Xanax bars and sit there and watch me take them? I've had so many people do me so fucking dirty. And you know, it was my choice to take them, but I didn't know anything about the drug. I knew nothing about Xanax at that age. I was 18. I had never Xanax. I was a whole nother person. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, you're not the only one, Cody. I did too. I did 5 years in prison over that. And it's a miracle that the prison system that I haven't been back. You know? I got out of prison when I was 24, 25, and I haven't been back. I know that people like to think that this is all recent shit, but I actually haven't been in any trouble in like 8 years. Society won't move past it. It's not me. I just keep talking about it because people are still not getting it 2 years later. I reformed my life. Actually, I reformed my life when I got out of prison, had my daughter. And when the government illegally took my daughter, stole her, and violated both of our civil rights, and then charged me with child abuse, I relapsed probably a few months after that. So they were absolutely trying to make me go back to drugs. They wanted me to go kill myself because they didn't like me. Because that's how the government works. When you are in a custody dispute over a child, they come after your fucking throat. The federal government will destroy you. Unless you have $50,000 sent in a bank account somewhere, you technically don't have rights. Just like inmates, a lot of them don't get due process. Did y'all know that 8 to 10% of the prison population is actually innocent? Hundreds of thousands of people who are sitting in jail right now for crimes they did not commit. So that's great. But at the same time, there's hundreds of thousands of criminals running around on the streets right now killing people. And they're not worried about them. They just let them out. No bond. No bond. Well, he just burned down a liquor store on Sunday. No bond. And then on Tuesday, he mows down a crowd of people at a fucking parade and kills a bunch of children. What is going on? It's like we live in the upside fucking down. How do we have that many people innocent of crime sitting behind bars and this many criminals out on the fucking street? It better. It better. Shit's wild out here. The mental health problems. Look, let's take a gander at the parking lot. And you know who wants to come look in my windows at night when they're all drunk and hunkered up on meth and liquor? Yeah, I've had so many people that ride around on bikes come and fuck with me in my sleep. They'll ride by my car tapping on it. They'll ride by it making noises and shit, trying to wake me up. We do. We live in a backwards dimension. We really do. The complete ass backwards. You know. People really hate the fact that I refuse to be a whore. They really do. Y'all... They do. People cannot. Men are mad because they know they have no chance. And women are mad because they're jealous of the opportunities that men are trying to give you. I figured it out a long time ago. Listen to what I'm telling you. When I was trapped in a sexually abusive relation, and it was a family situationship for 20 years, when I was trapped in that, I had so many friends that would try to interject themselves into my family's life to try to have the same relationship. It was like they were jealous of the sexual abuse that I had to endure just to have a roof over my fucking head. I've had so many women that were jealous of the fact that guys would come into the club and offer me tens of thousands of dollars to sleep with them back before COVID, and I refused to do it, and the girls would call me crazy. Men are pissed because they know that they have no opportunity. And women will hate you because they wish they had the opportunity. What a fucked up world. 100%. Look at all the women out here with OnlyFans. Look at all the women out here that do all kinds of nefarious shit for fucking money. Like, people get upset about the fact that I don't behave in that type of way or that lifestyle. It pisses people off. They're like, she's stupid living out of a car when she could just fucking open an OnlyFans. It pisses them off. And it makes people not like you in today's society. Me too, crypto. I've been off the market. I have no damn reason to be dealing with people. Every time I try to talk to somebody, they're a fucking narcissist. I really didn't know that there was that. I did. I've told you guys. I've told y'all how many there are out here. There's a lot. There's a lot. How many people what's the potential of meeting a narcissist? For every 200 people you meet, you've met 1 to 12 narcissists. About 6% of the population are actually narcissists, which is actually quite a bit. And it's probably higher than that. Because what is happening is they are now generationally being made into narcissists. Narcissist parents are creating narcissist children that then have more narcissist children. And this is why these problems are getting worse. Narcissistic personality disorder is a whole thing. You know, the number one sign of a narcissist is the lack of empathy and compassion. Very interesting. Y'all, I'm so dehydrated. I don't know what to do. Yeah. 7.7% of the population have narcissistic personality disorder. And I'm just here to tell you that the majority of those people are undiagnosed. Because of the fact that they are narcissists, they're going to be incapable of admitting that they have a problem and seeking help for it. So it's probably way more than that. You know what I mean? Because these people are not getting treatment for the narcissistic personality disorder. The last thing a narcissist is going to do is say, oh yeah, you're right, I gaslight you, I abuse you financially, I abuse you psychologically, I abuse you. A narcissist will, are there, oh shit, it's worse. 7.6 males are narcissists, and 4.8% of females in the general population are narcissists. So men, you have around a 5% chance of meeting some psycho bitch, and women, you got around an 8% chance if you like the opposite sex. Well, for some reason, that's the category that Satan has put me in. I've dated so many narcissists, it's unbelievable. And I didn't even know what the behavior was until the last one, when I got clean. And we were together for 6 years. That's the guy that we lived in that beautiful $1 million house. And like, we both had a drug problem. 2 separate substances, which is even crazier. If you know, you know. No, not a cokehead and a heroin addict. Fucking living together in drug binge fantasy. Yes. But I got clean. I wanted to get clean. I knew I wanted to get clean. Because we started dating right as I was losing my daughter, like right after. So I knew I wanted to be clean, so I got clean. And that meant leaving him behind, because as I say, if you're on the road to recovery, you can't be dating other addicts. You can't even be around other addicts. People that are in recovery in social circles like the NA, outpatient treatment, yes, that is fine. But in your personal life, as a recovering addict, the worst thing you can do for your recovery is go hang out with another recovering addict. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Why they don't tell people this in rehab? Because they don't want them to stay clean, baby. They need them to make money off of them. A revolving door. Unacceptable. You're putting... Yeah, I wanted to get clean, so I got clean, and I separated myself from him. So, you know, that's what you got to do, you know. And I've been single since, so it's been 5 years, and it's been the happiest. Like, it's been the hardest economically, because my life crashed after COVID. The economy, you know, crashed. When your income is directly based off of everybody's income, whether it's service industry or whatever, they're not making money. Ask any waitress that's been a 20-year career waitress. She went from probably making $1,000 a week to making a few hundred. Like, and that is not livable. The service industry, any industry, even like stripping, stuff like that, when your income is based on everyone else's giving you money, then your income is going to be impacted greatly if they're not making money anymore. And that's exactly what happened. And of course, you know, my ex is always like, oh, come visit me in Virginia, we'll get your air fixed. Remember that? Do y'all remember that? What did I say? They'll try to lure you back in with new promises. They'll try to lure you back in and shower you with gifts. Remember? We've already been through this once. If you've been here from the start, then you remember. And what happened? He got mad that I went to sleep with him. Remember? It's like, because nobody else has respect for themselves, they just expect me not to have respect for myself, and then they want to bash you. But God talks about this in Revelations, how the good will be punished for being strong, and bad behavior. I'm a woman, a grown woman, who started a channel and had somebody try to do it to me. You know what I mean? Rear me in a horrible direction under the guise that they're trying to help me. Let me tell you something. This person led me on for 3 months, soaking up all my time and energy, putting me under tremendous stress because, once again, I suffer with CPTSD. So any kind of interaction like this is going to be extremely triggering when I can already tell that someone is fake and phony and does not have my best interest at heart. When you're asking me if I ever need a release on our second fucking phone call, I already know that you're up to some nefarious shit, you pervert. You blew it. This person sent me $11,000 in like 4 months. That would be my truck payment and basic expenses. Let me tell you something. I could have bought 2 beautiful lawnmowers and a beautiful long trailer for way less than $11,000. But instead of just giving me $10,000 so that I could start my own business, he stringed me along $100 by $200, soaking up my time and energy, okay? And not, do I know anything about this person? Nope. I don't even know. It's so weird. My freaking service. I'm about to move again. It's so weird. You know what I mean? And if it depends, it ain't true. He would always say things like, oh, you need to start your own business. We need to get you a plan. But every time I would bring up doing something like that, he would blow me off. They always do that. My ex used to say, oh, I make enough money for us both. And then when I would ask for $5 to buy a burger, he would berate me when he wouldn't even let me work. They love that shit. They love when you got to come out there with your hand out asking for money to buy food. They get excitement off of your torture. Y'all, I hurt so bad because I haven't eaten. My head is killing me. We've been here before, you know. I mean, I think what I need to do is just get some water because at this point, that's my best option. If I spend the money on food, then I won't have any water. I have just enough money to get food or water, so I can't do nothing about it, you know. I needed to, fuck, that's what I needed to do. Well, shit, it don't matter. I ain't even got no money on there. I was going to say I can go my P.O. box to see if my card is there, but it don't matter. I don't even have any money in Cash App, so it's pointless. Fuck. Damn it. Now I'm trapped in. Of course, the only person to actually help me in 2 fucking years would be some fucking narcissist trying to use me for sex, you know? It's sad. It's heartbreaking. It's like, God, was I just born in the wrong generation, or did you just build me with such a sturdy, good moral compass that it's going to be extremely hard for me to find the type of person that I'm looking for one day? And I'm not even looking for somebody right now. Once again, let me reiterate that this person kept forcing this one-sided thing upon me after I kept making it perfectly clear that I wasn't looking for anything. I can't psychologically take the torture, you know? Like, I can't take the psychological torture that comes with these fucking mind games. You're trying to manipulate me, back me into a corner, you know? And, yeah, I'm not going for it. You know, he sent me money after I blocked him. That was to try to get back in my good graces. And I should have never accepted those text messages or text back, or I should have just left it alone. You know what I mean? Because I think he worked for my stalkers. I really do. Those fucking people, y'all, I think they're all together. I think that there was multiple people that bought subscriptions. They got my phone number. That's what they did. They come to my channel. They paid $1.99 for a subscription. And then they sent me an email. It was a girl and a guy. This all happened at the same fucking time. These 2 people come into my life. Then I start text communicating with these people, and it was always weird. It was like they somehow were connected. Like, he would ask about her, and she would ask about him. What is going on? Why are kids on their bikes in the fucking road? Lord. See, if one of them gets hit, they'll swear I mowed them over. Yeah, she intentionally killed a kid on a bicycle. Told you she's evil. I do more for children's rights than children do for their own damn children. It's ridiculous. And see, that's why people don't like me. They don't want to hear, that they need to do better. But wait a second. They're the ones that put me in this position by marking me as something that I'm not. So I'm going to spend my entire career proving society wrong. It's my hill to die on, and I'm allowed to do that. Let me show you how horrible of a human I am. So how we got here. Shit, I need water. I was about to turn into Taco Bell. What the fuck am I doing? I'm exhausted and I'm delirious and my sugar is probably... I'm also hypoglycemic, so this is going to cause major health problems. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it, but... it's just more trauma added to the list, You let people simply have your fucking number. It's just more trauma added to the list. I can't even make it past the text exchange because of how decrepit fucking society has become. Surely not everybody behaves this way, but surely I'm the target of the obsession because of my circumstances. Which is so worrisome, because my daughter is growing up in the foster care system now. Yeah, they say she's got 2 loving parents, but I know the stats. And I just hope that she never has to go down the road that I've been down. Because of the government. Because of the fucking government. The federal government. They did this. They've been doing it for generation after generation. The government harms more children than they've ever helped, statistically speaking. So we're going to go in here and get some water. I'll see if I got money on that food stamp card, but I don't think I do. And I don't get food stamps anymore, so whatever's on there is it. I mean, I guess I could go back to North Carolina and apply, but I have no way to do that. So, you know what I mean? Anybody being ignorant is going to be blocked. Yeah, you're not in a good relationship, place for... Who wants to fucking date somebody living out of a car? That's going to give power to an abuser. Anytime there's an imbalance of power like that, the person that has the money, the person that owns the home, the person that holds the keys to the car, they're going to leverage that over the victim's head. And they do. Disproportionately more than not. They wouldn't even come after someone in my circumstances unless they were trying to do some nefarious shit. Do you get it? I've explained everything in another video. I don't know y'all, so I'm not answering questions by people that I don't know. If you had a picture and your account had been around for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I would know it was real and I might get to know you and answer your questions. I've already answered everything in other videos. I've talked about this over and over and over and over. People will condemn you and try to victim blame and victim blame. They don't listen to nothing. And that's exactly how that dude blew it. He didn't listen to nothing. People are absolutely crazy, Jacob. Absolutely crazy. Do you have people that like try to keep you up at night and like they'll be loud or mad that you got a parking spot that maybe they wanted? Or people are absolutely psycho out here. It's a miracle that I've made it this far. Honestly, that's the only thing keeping me like positive right now. It's like, yeah, I starved last year. You know, it's so, you know what? You know what's crazy? I get fired from this job and now this son of a bitch turns his back on me. Oh, but no, 4 months ago he was like, oh, I'm never going to leave your side. That's so interesting. You know, when the tough gets going, or what is that saying? What is that saying? Anyways, people are not real. I'm glad that I wrote it out. I'm glad that I'm not stupid like I was at damn 24, 25. Because I would have fell for it, thinking this person was trying to help me. Let me go to Texas. Oh, God. God is putting me through this shit to teach people about the realities of life. 100%. That's what God is putting me through. And God, it's not God, it's Satan. But God is allowing me the space to tell you guys about it so that y'all can see it in real time. Y'all can see the truth of society, because so many people have a misconception of how the real world works. And I'm here to tell you it's nothing like your little fantasy world that you think. It is bad out here. People are so evil. So evil. You know, I haven't been able to trust anyone because I've never met anyone that was trustworthy. Not one person. Actually, that's a lie. 2 people. Kathy, and I've talked about these people before. They took me in when I was a juvenile. I was a runaway. My stepfather had started molesting me. He had beat my ass my whole life, you know, punched me in the face, backhand me, pull the hair out my head, throw me up against walls. Absolute torture, you know. So I ran away from home, and I told this lady and her husband, and they let me stay with them. Those are the only 2 trustworthy people I've ever met in my entire life besides my grandmother. I've met 3 trustworthy people my entire life. Most people don't even know what it means to be trustworthy. They don't have the passion, the loyalty that I have. They're simple. It's surface level. I've met 3 people that I could trust. Everyone else that's ever come in contact with me has either tried to use me, abuse me, or they were trying to gain something from me. And that's most relationships. That's most relationships nowadays, especially. It's disturbing. Yes, the tough gets going, the going gets tough. Going gets tough, the tough gets going. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, you say you want all this positive stuff for me, and then you'll never turn your back on me, and then I get fired from my job. And I truly think that he had some involvement in that. I think that this was like 1 or 2 people texting me at the same time. And I know that sounds crazy, and I really don't know or care. But I'm just telling you how it made me feel to have all of this unease. Like, I couldn't trust this person. I couldn't even talk to this person rationally. Like, it's always like they were trying to gather information. They would ask me like, oh, are you drinking? Or, you know, and it's like, why is that your concern? Like, no, I'm not. But like, it was weird. It was so weird, y'all. And just trust your intuition, because it won't take long. It took like 90 days, not even 90 days, for this person to show their true character. Like, it doesn't take long at all if you pay attention to what they're saying. I don't have anybody in my life I trust right now. Not one person. Every person that I know from my past has fucked me over. Every single person. I've never done the things that people have done to me. You know, like steal my life savings, my home, take my money, you know, keep me strung out on drugs to sexually abuse me. Never done shit like that. Never. People, these kinds of perverts, these sexual narcissists, these financial narcissists, they look for women in this situation, and then they'll help you. That, like I said, they'll fucking feed you and give you more drugs. And then they truly feel like they've helped this girl. It's crazy. They believe in their own delusion. It's crazy. It's like, wait a minute, you got me strung the fuck out on drugs, and I died, and like, I also stabbed people, and like, you gave me all of the resources for me to destroy myself, and you think that you helped me? I didn't even have a criminal record when I met you, nor a drug problem. They're fucking delusional. Do you hear me? What a sad fucking world we live in, y'all. What a sad fucking world. Not one person tried to help me. You know what I mean? Not when I was young like that. I've never met anybody that didn't have nefarious intentions. Every person I've ever met had nefarious intentions, and I don't deserve that. Is that just the way of the world? I don't think so. I think it has to do with my situation. I think it's because I'm poor. I think it's because I grew up poor. I think it's because of a multitude of factors. I think that, yeah, I think that it has to do with that. Like, you know, like, perverts are going to go after young, pretty girls. So, and they're going to try to exploit them if they're perverts. That's what they do. That's what they do. Don't you? I mean, is it not weird that he's like trying to interject himself? And that probably wasn't even him tonight. I don't know. I don't care. But wasn't it weird that he felt necessary after I blocked him to come to my channel and talk shit and jump in the live? Like, if I'm trying to exile you out of my life, can you not pay me some respect if I tell you that you've already gravely re-injured my fucking psyche with your bullshit? Who has fucking 12 accounts in less than 4 months? Either that motherfucker was married or it was a group of people doing this. And I know it sounds crazy to send somebody money to gather information, but I don't know. I don't get it, you guys. It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. And to have all of those fake accounts and then to go missing like he did and stuff, it's like, you're literally the reason I don't trust you. And then you're mad at me that I don't trust you and I won't let you in. You created the doubt, homie. You did this to yourself by being so fucking weird and evasive. Yeah, no, he wasn't no fucking James Bond. Oh, absolutely. AK Sanity, Smitty, they will. They'll leverage it over your head. Oh, well, I've done this for you and I've done that for you and da-da-da-da. And it's like, wait a minute. You offered to do that. You sent me that without me asking for shit. And I even said, I don't want your money. But what am I supposed to do when I fucking need it? What am I supposed to do when I fucking need it? And I even told you guys throughout filming, like, how bad it made me feel that I was accepting this person's money. And there was nothing nefarious going on. It wasn't like I led this person on. We never talked about sex. We never talked about having a relationship. It was supposed to simply be an introduction so we could get to know each other. And it went south so fucking quickly. It's like these narcissists come out and they are so incredibly immature that they create problems to get a reaction because what a narcissist does is trying to feed off of your energy. They want to control your emotions. They want to rile you up so that they can get some kind of pleasure out of your pain. It's fucked up, I know. But that is the definition of a narcissist. That is what they do. They create environmental situations that are dangerous, detrimental, and traumatic towards the person they're dating, to have power and control, and to also get a negative reaction because they get pleasure out of it. It was all weird. If you didn't want to create doubt in my mind, you shouldn't have lied. You shouldn't have done that. Like, I don't need to be conversing with anybody off the internet because I don't know who these people are and I don't trust them. And then if I let you into my life, and like I said, one woman and one man I tried to have friendships with, and both of them went fucking south, and I think they knew each other. That's the fucking mind-blowing part. And like Oblivious said, to pop up and keep starting shit and to keep this going, when have I kept this going? This person keeps popping up and interjecting themselves into my life. I've tried to cut off contact for 2 fucking weeks. Then they send me more money trying to swindle me back into a friendship. Recognize the signs and don't be naive. Do not accept gaslighting from the start. You won't have no damn traumatic relationship because if you accept it once, it'll continue. And cut off all contact completely. And no matter how much money they send you, never allow them back in your fucking life. And when they go and talk shit on other pages, God forbid, who cares? Point your channel members in that direction so they can see his behavior on full display and understand why you never trusted the son of a bitch to start with. You know what I mean? All right, let's go get water, but I need a sweater because I know it's going to be... Actually, I'll just wear this shirt that I've wiped sand off of everything with. Everything. Y'all, I think I need to, like, chug a bottle of water because I feel so bad, and I don't know if... I think this was, like, it. I might have one more down there. with me not eating from the stress. I am glad to talk about this I when I was going through it and there was all of this uncertainty and this motherfucker's got 50 damn names and phone numbers and shit going on, I was like, I felt crazy. I'm like, what is going on here? Why does he have a new account today? And, hey, Amy. Hey, girl. I hope you're doing well. So, 90% of people suck. You're more cynical than me because I think that it's only around 70 to 80% of them that suck. Really. There's like 12 personality types, and I think most of them are pretty self-motivated, led by their own interests, zero moral compass. There's some of them that think that they have a moral compass because they go to church, but then they're church reps for the LGBTQ+, and they don't realize that you can't do that. So, no, I'd have to agree. I always say 70 to 80%, but 90% is a little more cynical than I am. Working a lot. Yeah. I'm glad you're able to work, girl. Be grateful for that job. A lot of people getting laid off. Nobody can find work. It sucks. It sucks. And God forbid if you have a felony. Or you've been marked as a child abuser. It's really so crazy. Like, when you think about it, it's the perfect crime for me. Because I'm angry all the time. It was the perfect lie. Society would believe it just because I'm angry all the time. If you think about it, it was the perfect fucking setup. I'll give them that. It took me a long time to realize that too. And I think that it's finally starting to click now, and I'm starting to calm out and actually calm down and actually articulate things that have, what happened. But it was the perfect lie. Child abuser. It's crazy to me how they took a child that they created, that they abused, and then tried to claim that she was one. It's comical. It's really disturbing the power the government has, and I don't think most people know. And I want young mothers that come from impoverished upbringings in the foster care system and that have maybe been through the Department of Corrections, they need to know that they need to tread lightly, because all you got to do is breathe wrong and they will bust in your front door, take your child, and you will never see it again. Because of the fact that you are poor, they're going to be looking to do that from the start anyways if you have to deal with them, the Department of Social Services. And I want young mothers to know that they're not alone in their battle with DSS. I hate this fucking world, y'all. I really do. I hate this fucking world. I got $1. I got $1. I got $1. Hey, 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 hey. I need a case of water. I thought I had a $10 bill. Where did that go? I just put 40 in the gas tank. I had $50 left over from last week's pay. A job that I don't have anymore because people from the internet called and got me fired. Or either that dude called and got me fired. One of the two. I don't know. Hey, thank you, Crypto Money Machine. That's very interesting if that's how you make your money. I can't even. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's kind of crazy because, I was beat as a child and I raised my daughter. I didn't believe in corporal punishment. And then they charged me with child abuse, which is the most farthest fetched thing that I would ever do. If anyone knows and saw me with my child, they know that the circumstances were completely opposite of what the state tried to make it seem like. My daughter tripped on a rubber ball and broke her arm. She did. She was only about 2.5, 3 feet tall, and it was an orange rubber ball. It was like one of those little bouncy ones, the cheap ones from Walmart. And she went to step on it. And when she went to step on it, she tripped and it bounced her off, I guess. And she went to put her arm out and it broke her arm. This is actually one of the most, it's a fracture, what they call it, like a hairline fracture. It's one of the most common misconstrued breaks in children to be turned into abuse. This is very common. Not to mention the lack or the I don't know how to say it. Yeah. The medical field has been really bad since like 2015. It really started to fade off, especially with the introduction of like gender affirming care and stuff. They're in big farm. They've made a shift towards anything that makes money, you know? And so these doctors are overworked, the nurses are overworked, and mistakes are made when it comes to false reports of child abuse in hospitals all over this country every single day. I'm so sorry, Crypto Money Machine. That's crazy. Yeah, and I mean, if you have any kind of criminal record, or you maybe, I don't know, all you got to do is have a neighbor tell a lie on you, and then you never see your kids again. That's how easy it is. Listen to what I'm telling you. People just don't know. People just don't know. They never will, unless they experience it, and then they'll be out here and people will be calling them crazy. Yep. Then they'll be out here in my position and people will be calling them crazy. I hope it never happens to any of y'all. I really do. I'm trying to warn people. I don't want this to happen to any other people, and I know that it happens all over this country every single day. Just like an enemy would use whatever weapon to kill you on the battlefield, the Department of Social Services does the same thing to mothers. The same thing to mothers. They use everything at their disposal to harm the mother instead of helping her with the care of her children. It's crazy. Thank you, Crypto Money Machine. What misinformation did I spread? Please do enlighten us. What misinformation did I spread? I read facts off the internet. Does that offend you? Do you operate with your feelings instead of facts? Because it sounds like you do, buddy. What misinformation? Do you support the brainwashing and over-medication of civilization? You think we all need to be on drugs? You think that's what's going to fix it? Get everybody high on methadone? God, some of y'all are so dense. What misinformation? No, come on. Let's go. Let's have an online debate. What misinformation? I got all night. I'm going to have energy till I eat. Once I eat, then I'll damn conk out. Come on, what information? What? No, you're not answering my question. You asked me a question, and I'm responding. What misinformation? Medical field. I'm in the medical field with a fake scream name and a picture of some gaming system. Y'all see this shit? Zombie land. Oh, God. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna block this loser, y'all. I've given too much of my time. This is why I don't do this, because they're all losers. It's so crazy because I be trying to have these online debates and they never want to talk. They ain't got no facts. It's almost like I'm Ben Shapiro Jr. I need to skill up and read some more so I can get better at this. Hey, girl. Hey, Emily. What misinformation? Oh, so you're on methadone and you feel some type of way about the fact that I gear people towards straight recovery instead of allowing the government to use them as a guinea pig. I got it. I honestly think that this fasting has got me like thinking clearer. I'm gonna use the bathroom. They do, Kano, they do. Yo, I gotta go to the gym. I forgot I had to go to the gym to take a shower. I am so exhausted. I'm gonna grab some water, probably like 2 gallons really quick, and I'm gonna go to the gym. Or else I'm not gonna be able to shower. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm trying to think what I could get for dinner. Definitely gonna grab a yogurt or two since I can't really eat. I'm gonna just grab, I don't know, anything that won't kill me. One of these 60 grams of protein. I got soap on my hand. I looked down at the clock. I was like, oh my God, is it 9 o'clock? Yeah, girl. Probably because you ain't damn it ate all day. $2.50 a gallon, homie. You smoking dope. Give me this. Oh, that'll have to last for now. Maybe grab a banana if I have the energy to try to eat something. Probably should. Oh, grab a green one. It's crazy. Same situation all over again a year later. Do these take cash? Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Just when things get a little better, they get 10 times worse. But, you know, I'm getting the swing of it now. It's only been 2 years that y'all have seen. I've been going through this for 37. Why would I charge? Ring up. Let's see. Banana. I feel so lightheaded, y'all. Like, it's like an out-of-body experience. Seriously. How I feel right now. Sucks. Absolutely sucks. $20. Thank God. I'll have to save the rest of that for gas. Whatever's left. Because I don't even want gas the day after tomorrow. Or maybe it's hopefully day after tomorrow. $15 back, so the water and the banana were all in the protein one. Pour something. Let's go. Did I put that drink in there, y'all? I did. Alright. It's ridiculous. God, I need to go take a shower. I'm so stressed out now. Yeah, and I just got that set up, and it's going to be a limp. You know, and I look back now, and it's like this motherfucker was trying to get me to take out more bills. It's almost like he was trying to set it up to walk away so everything would fucking implode. No. He kept trying to get me to take on more financial responsibilities and stuff. Ain't that weird? And I'm living out of a car, bro. Like, I can't even pay for my $50 gym membership right now. You know? Like, it was crazy. I don't know, y'all. It was the weirdest situation. And this is why I stay away from people. Because they literally do the most evil shit. And then the way that they go about it, they can gift wrap it as they were trying to help me. No. No. People trying to help you don't gaslight you. People trying to help you won't lie to you. No. People trying to help you won't have 12 fucking accounts in less than 3 months under different names and shit. I told y'all that I wouldn't hear from him for like a whole day, and then all of a sudden I would be on live. I'd be on my phone and I'd be showing y'all a screenshot of something, and all of a sudden, and he was watching, he'd be in the comments commenting. And I haven't heard from him all day. And then he would freaking send me a text message as soon as I was showing you guys a screenshot of a true crime case. Sometimes it'd be mug shots, whatever. It was like he was playing this mental fucking game, trying to get some kind of publicity off of my name. It was so weird. I don't deserve this shit. I've never harmed anybody like this. I made a stupid choice when I was 18 and I stabbed 2 girls. I sure did. Horrible situation. And that was not even me. Once again, I was 5 or 6, enough Xanax to kill me. I died. I was dead. They found me dead. I was given enough Xanax to kill me. I died on my own vomit. I asphyxiated on my own vomit. When the officer found me, I'd been dead for a minute or two. So yeah, I stabbed 2 girls and then I killed myself the same fucking night. You know what I mean? Like, it was traumatic for everybody fucking involved. And I think I've said this before, but one of the victims has actually apologized to me. I ran into her many years after I got out of prison, and she actually apologized to me, stating that I should have never went to prison, that it was a stupid teenage fight. And I would love to have her on this channel. I would love to have both of the victims on this channel so that we could discuss how substance abuse problems leads to criminal activity. Because they go hand in hand. They sure do. So we got $15 plus 1, $16 to our name. Let's go check my P.O. box before I damn go to the tanning bed. I am delusional. I have not eaten, okay? I have not eaten today. Don't have the money to eat, so I'm in the same situation I was a year ago. And, you know, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that I went through this again only to learn more about the psychology behind narcissism. It's almost like God, it's not God, it's Satan. It's almost like God knows that I can handle these situations now and they're coming at me much more faster. But I just have to stay in the headspace to share this information with y'all to help y'all, because I'm here to tell you, this shit ain't normal, but it's so fucking common. It ain't normal, but it's so common. Let me try to drink some of this. My head is killing me. My sugar is probably down 60, 70. I feel like dizzy, lightheaded. I'm seeing spots. I hate this feeling. When you're not eating because of the stress, because you don't have money. Or like I had apparently $60. And that came from my job that I was just fired from because of internet trolls. I had that $60. I put 40 in gas. It'll be back empty either tomorrow or the morning after. And that is simply from spending most of the afternoon out in the parks and only using the AC at night when I go to sleep for a little while, maybe an hour or two. You go through gas so quickly, and this is a V8 Chevrolet, so it ain't cheap at all, honey. Yep. And, you know, it's so crazy because if gas wasn't so fucking expensive, I could afford to, you know, I would be better off. But I've literally had to live out of a car in some of the worst gas price years up until recently. It went down a little bit to like $2.75, and then it shot back up to like $3.05 and $3.19. Y'all, I'm burning up. I was about to say something and I forgot. I was saying something and I forgot. You know, I've been pretty more than open about my mental health struggles and how the elements, how the lack of money, how not being able to find work, how looking for work has drove me insane. That is one of the most defeating things that a fucking human will ever go through. This current fucking job market. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I wonder how many people have committed suicide because of this job market. I know they have. I know they have. In droves. Y'all don't understand what's going out here in the job market. Y'all don't understand. I know people have committed suicide over the job market. I bet I can go find an article or 5 or 10 in the blink of an eye. This job what is it? Scarcity? Oh, if that's right, I get a brownie point. It took me 2 years to find a job, and then I was fired in the first week because of it. People called my job, pestering my job. They were bullying my job, blowing up my job, saying I was on drugs, saying I was a thief, saying that I'd robbed the last business. They said that that the Carpinos, remember the last job where they tried to sexually traffic me and I had to sue the owners? They tried to say that I sued them for some nefarious reason. The truth was these people owed me back wages. They never paid me any fucking money for working for them. Do you think anybody cares? I'm still trying to figure out where I've fucking been wrong. It's been 2 years. What did I do wrong? Go get drunk? Destroy my liver? I'm sorry. I'm for real. Who have I done wrong since I had a channel? Who have I started shit with? Whose feelings have I fucking treaded on? Whose mind have I tried to manipulate? I'm genuinely curious. Because I know that the government will have you believe that I'm this hardened criminal that's done all of these horrible things. I did one horrible thing. I got in a fist fight at 18 years old and I whooped some girl's asses. And I went to prison for that and I served my time. And there was mitigating circumstances to that, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 Xanax bars and my own fucking death the same fucking night. So, you know, if you have any kind of compassion, then maybe hear me out that I was a child with no guidance and made a poor decision defending a friend of mine that I should have never been around, okay? You live and you learn. That's the one and pretty much only thing that I've ever done to anybody to harm somebody. I've never cheated on a boyfriend. I've never robbed a boyfriend. I've never stolen from a family. I never lied on my family. You know what I mean? The things that people do to me, yeah, I've never done any of that shit. So I'm genuinely curious as how I'm a horrible fucking person when I do nothing but gear people in the direction of respecting themselves and loving each other. You know what it is that I stand up and tell people to go fuck themselves if they're lying to my face. And that's what disturbs, that's what pisses people off. They're jealous of that strength. They don't realize that they could tell people to go fuck off if they had enough balls to do it. You know what I mean? Where's that paper? Sorry, didn't mean to burp in your face. The only difference is I got the balls to say it. I ain't got to sugarcoat it. Okay, let's go check my mailbox. It's not like I have money on there, but I still need the card. You know what I mean? Anyone being ignorant, anyone with a cartoon will be blocked. You're not old enough to be here. God. Yep, they say that people who cuss are actually more intellectually inclined than others who don't. Did you know that? It's because their thoughts are racing so fast they can't find those filler words that they actually need to use, and people with ADHD do this as well. Fun facts on Fun Facts with Brooks this evening during her delirium. Some people just think quicker than others and act faster too. I'm grateful for that, honey. Remember when they said, oh, she's on meth because she moves so fast? No, honey, my brain just works quicker. Pick up. Pick up. Pick them heavy ass feet up and get on board. Hold on. I ain't never done this before. Let's see here. 8, 4. Let's go. Oh my God, I didn't even bring the key, y'all. You know why? Because some idiot cut this fucking music on. What a retard. They're closed. There was no music on when we pulled up. And then somebody fucking cuts the music on down there. Is that not crazy? Every time. People don't pay attention to stuff like that because they're not even paying attention that music is fucking playing because they're slow. Their asses are too buried in their fucking phone to pay attention to their surroundings like that. That's another tactic that I've had to deal with. People recognize me from the internet and then they try to fuck up my live stream. So much. Hold on. I didn't even think it was locked. Oh God. Shelf package. You received a package, FedEx. I hope it's my card. It's got to be one of them because, yeah. Well, I'm glad I seen that. I can come back here in the morning. I got to pack a bag for the gym. What time is it? Same girl, I'm so manic. Yeah, because you're so far behind. You wake up and it's like reality hits you in the face. And then you're like, how the hell is everybody out here being so calm? The world is literally burning. We should all be running around like this. Get it together. We're not the problem. Society sheepish, fucking brainwashed, okay? Like, people need to wake up. Like, they've fallen so far from God, they don't even realize that, like, this shit's crazy. It's like everybody should be fucking panicked. Look at the world. People are being trafficked. People are being killed. People can't feed their children. People can't pay their light bills. How are you not manic? Oh, because you live a life of privilege and you don't even realize it. 100%. So many people have it so good and they don't even realize it. Sure don't. Sure don't. Damn, y'all, my head is killing me. I was supposed to wash laundry. I don't think I washed laundry. I don't even know if I have a towel in the bag. Here's a towel. Don't have the money to wash laundry. Don't have the money to buy groceries. Don't get food stamps anymore. And I have no source of income now. So everything just compiles and gets worse. Same shit, different day. Come on, car. It's crazy. Y'all, I'm about to have to go. I gotta go shower before they close. So, that's what I'm about to go do. And then I'm gonna try to come out and then take a melatonin so I can try to get some rest. I can't eat today, not under this condition. I'm so fucking stressed out, dude. Like, it's so fucking stressful. It's just always so stressful. I can't do nothing about it. I've done the best that I can do, staying clean, focusing on telling the truth, and helping other people out of horrible circumstances like I've had to escape from is the best that I can do. You know, giving back to society is the most rewarding thing. Teaching people how to love themselves and how to stay away from this type of behavior is my responsibility at this point, because I've experienced it more than probably most people. It seems a lot of people fall back into that same scenario, getting re-victimized over and over again, and you can't do that. You cannot do that. You've got to walk away, even if it means being in a worse situation. You just have to. You owe it to yourself to stay away from people who want to do you harm. I love you guys, and we'll officially talk tomorrow. I'm actually going to go ahead and take my melatonin before I walk in so I can fucking relax. Like, that's sad that I'm so stressed out that a melatonin will just knock the edge off. Yeah, I'll have to take some fucking ZzzQuil on top of that to even go to sleep because of the stress I'm under. It's crazy. As I've already said before, nobody wants to help you. This guy showed that he was trying to use and manipulate me, and it only took 90 days for the truth to be revealed. He was exactly who I thought he was. I thought he was conniving, manipulative, backstabbing, and a liar, and he's shown all of that by showing his presence and disrespecting me in front of my channel members. And I'm so sorry that you guys have had to witness this drama. It's crazy that I don't even have control over my channel because people are literally out here trying to harm me all the time over a lie. It sucks. You sucks. So anyways, y'all be safe, and I'm praying for you guys, and please pray for me. Bye, y'all.